we have some questions prepared that I believe will be of interest to our audience today. We have a bunch we would like to cover, and not nearly enough time, so let's go ahead and get started. So we will start with Tyler, who was so anxious to get up here that we'll have him go first. So Tyler, what is the role of a product director for Earnix? Please answer both for yourself and for all those other product directors on the screen.
Testing. It works. So the role of a product director at Earnix, I like to think about it as we're a bridge. On one side of that bridge, we have customers, we have trends, we have a marketplace, we have innovations from a technological perspective. But on the other side of that bridge, we have teams, we have our engineering partners that we're working with. And we're really trying to be the bridge or the conduit that brings all those things together and takes that strategy to execution. I think it's really critical for us to focus on a number of things, one of those being setting the vision that we're trying to execute. Another big aspect is, I think, a critical one of making trade-offs and really trying to get into, what is most important, what's going to bring the most value, versus, this is nice to have. It's not necessary, but, so making those types of decisions. And then, most importantly, helping our product managers and team members be able to deliver and being that support system to execute against.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Okay, so same type of question for the engineering directors, and Ofer, we'll have you answer this one. And yes, you have to share your microphones.
Yeah, it works as well. So, thank you. Engineering director. So I see my role is about leading both people and direction. So people-wise, I'm leading a group of very talented, high-skilled engineers, responsible not only to develop the right product, the right software, but also to grow their career and working effectively as a team. From the technical perspective, I'm accountable for defining the technical roadmap and vision, making sure all of our decisions are secured, scalable, and obviously can evolve with the changing needs of our customers. However, following these 2 incredible days, I think, as Taylor mentioned, I think the main role is to link between the engineers and the actual value that we provide to you as customers. I'm doing that by collaborating with my peers in the product teams, encouraging my team to communicate, to collaborate with all the customer-facing teams within the organization, and whatever possible to join even a conversation with the customer, get their feedback from firsthand. So to sum up, I think that every technical decision we are making need to be relate to a real business value and to the fact that we need to improve our software and your way of use of this platform.
Excellent, thank you. All right, so Noga, I heard you bragging that you have a microphone from before. You don't have to share with anyone else. So we'll go ahead and throw this next question to you. So we had heard Ofer talk about customer value, customer feedback. So can you describe your approach to gathering customer feedback during the development process?
Yes. So this morning, we had a session called Monitoring and Simulation, and we talked a lot about how customer feedback can impact the way that we deliver our products or what we deliver. And I think the main focus was on having these short feedback loops. So instead of waiting for months and months for this big reveal of the new solution, trying to find a way to get into shorter iterations, sometimes through our labs program, sometimes through early access programs, or even just being able to demo something initial and get that feedback. And that way we can make sure that what we're doing, and we all invest a lot of time in what we're doing, that it's actually fits the reality of our customers and what they actually need. and not just be, caught in our plans and our roadmap and eventually missing the market. So short iterations, finding ways to bring something even initial or immature, just to have that first discussion. This is something that we focus a lot about.
Excellent, thank you. All right, so next question, I'll have Uri, and then Jakob will have you join in on this one as well. So Tyler, as in his introduction, was talking about prioritization of features. So how does Earnix prioritize which feature to build next?
First, that's excellent, the essence of being a product manager. Now I realize I don't have card. Should I have this card? No?
Our
no,
memory is not as good as yours.
all right. Anyway, so we prioritized by balancing 3 factors. One is the customer value. The second is the market opportunity that we have. And the third, of course, is the execution feasibility with these guys. So on the customer value, we look at pain points that, if solved and solved right, will deliver the highest measurable impact. This can be, for example, could be a revenue growth or a reduced cost or speed to market. These are just 3 simple examples. On the market side, we consider the competitive landscape that we have and the emerging market trends that we see, we observe, to ensure that we build the right products that keeps you ahead of your competition. And on the feasibility side, well, we work closely with these guys all the time, all day long, all night long in some cases as well, to assess the effort behind these products, the dependencies that might have between different solutions. As you've seen, I mean, we're not a single product company anymore, and the scalability that we need to meet. At the end of the day, the end result will be a product roadmap, which is not just a bunch of cool features and good features, but also prioritized in a way that it's provide the highest value at the right time.
Thanks, Uri. So maybe I'll add just a few words from engineering perspective. So, our focus is making sure that the features don't just ship fast, but ship right. So we are looking at a different angle. We think about performance. We think about scalability, about security, all this to make sure that we are doing the right thing for the product. And we try to look and see how everything fits in our entire platform. So sometimes features or abilities might sound simple, mainly to product guys. But it required a lot of effort to integrate it across the platform. And of course, sometimes the other way around, it might sound complex, but we already have the foundation, so we already have different functionalities that we can reuse and make sure that we can ship it relatively fast. So we try to figure out with all this technical stuff early enough in the process to make sure that we allocate right resources, that we plan our timelines accordingly. All this, as already mentioned, to make sure that once a feature, one product is out there in the market, it's reliable and ready for use.
Excellent. Thank you both. And I can attest that, yes, all night, we are all around the globe, the Earnix team, and I have joined meetings at 4 a.m. my time. I've also had meetings that are well past midnight with these gentlemen and lady, their time. So I can attest they work very hard. All right. So on that note, so Ofer, this one will be for you. So how do you handle setbacks or failures during the development process? I'm sure they never happen, right?
Yeah, that's a great question. Tough one, but a great question. So to be honest, in creating such a complex and innovative system, I think that setbacks are unavoidable. So I think the right question is not whether they're going to happen. It's more about how you react, how you identify these setbacks, and how you react effectively and in a short time that possible. So we can split it into 3 core principles. Our process, our developing process can be split into 3 core principles. The first one, we believe that once you have good understanding of the customer needs, some of these issues can be solved very quickly. So we invest a lot of effort to understand the real needs, the market need, the customer needs. This brings us in a good place to avoid as much as possible such setbacks. I think the second core principle is shift left. It means that we will prioritize and start working early on the most valuable module or the most riskiest module. Why we call it shift left? If you imagine a timeline, once you shift some task to the left, it means you deal with it as earlier in the project. It means that you have more opportunity to mitigate. It's easier to solve this problem and to create less headache to our customers. The third principle is agility. I'm sure you're all familiar with this concept, having short cycle, full with the automation tests, both in the development phase and the testing phase. So this is like a continuous safety net, allowing us to deal with such issues earlier as possible. So the bottom line is that setback will happen, but combining these 3 principles, we will take them as a learning point. And we will evolve, we will learn from them, and we will create better product to our customers.
Excellent, thank you. All right, so Jakob, I will start with you on this one, and then we'll hand it back over to Noga, who doesn't need to share a mic. But we've had a lot of discussions about AI at the summit so far. So I'd like to know, how is AI actually impacting the development work at Earnix?
Oh, that's my favorite question. How much do we have? But really, I think that AI is changing the way we work in a really exciting way. It's making us better. All around engineering, we can see it. We see real impact in areas like testing and development, efficiency. But maybe the bigger change that we see is cultural. Our engineers are curious, energized, and they're encouraged to explore AI all around. So to look at new AI tools and techniques in order to make things better, and so AI can help them in different challenges. So it can be code reviews, it can be performance optimization, and maybe my favorite part, try Opus 4, on any planning and architectural decision. It's really amazing, the efficiency and the happiness that it brings to our team. So, but at the same time, and you saw it during the day, it is not just about how we build, but also what we build. So customers already see, and you saw the different presentation along the day, you already see the first wave of AI-powered features like our new Earnix Copilot assistants, implementation accelerator, and all the great stuff that you saw before. And I'm sure that you will see much more moving on. So AI impacts us in 2 key ways. It's making us faster and more innovative as a team, and it's unlocking smarter and innovation inside our products. Noga.
Yes. Yes, as you said, Yaakov, we're curious people, also in product. And I think, first of all, every new technology really sparks, lights that sparks of, wow, what can we do with it? How many new things can we do now? And for us, if I'm thinking about our day-to-day process, we talked about shorten the feedback loop with our customers, but actually, I can now shorten the feedback loop with you. let's say I have a vision, I have an idea, it's just in my head. Usually, it used to take me a long time to translate it into requirements, to translate it into designs, mock-ups, and by the time I get to you, I mean, it's a lot. But now I can use tools like Lovable, like Base 44. I can actually translate that vision into actual working mock-ups and flows, and get to you very, very fast. But not only fast, I can actually make sure that this idea has been through some feedback and is validated and is much more mature by the time that we start working. So I think this is for us, but if I think about our customers, I mean, being able to communicate with such a complex systems, and we all work on complex systems, but being able to communicate with it naturally means that you can unlock so much more and use it in more ways that are, well, you know, that are easier and really, again, the speed to value that we talked about before.
Excellent, thank you. All right, so Ofer, I'm going to go back to you because I realized I asked you about errors and implied that you all make errors, which I know happens, but you know, the Earnix software is a critical part of many insurance companies' tech stacks. So help us understand, what is it that Earnix does to validate new versions of the software before they actually release it to our customers?
So first I want to state, I can't understand how Yaakov get all the fancy AI question and
he paid me earlier.
Okay. No, seriously. Yes, our system is mission critical for most of our customers. So we are treating validation in a high level of care. It's a serious topic, no, not to joke about. So again, let's split it into layers. The validation is being done. The first level is dealing with functionality and accuracy. It's been done during the development phase, combined with several automation type of tests, whether it's unit test, integration test, end-to-end test. This is very valuable, very helpful tool and process. The second layer is more about system robustness. We are testing, verifying our system in more complex workflow, more complex environment, large amount of data, to make sure that if there is any issue that wasn't found during the first layer, will be found in the second one. And the third layer, it's more about mindset. It's customer-centric validation. So we invest a lot of effort to make sure that our validation is aligned with the customer usage, being as similar to production environment, using real customer user flow to make sure that we are testing the right thing. To sum up, I would like to quote Sir Nigel Wilson from this morning. He named his presentation as trust and technology. So I think this is all about it. These three layers allow us to deliver fast, but in the same level to keep a very high level of trust with our customers.
Excellent, thank you. And I can verify as a former customer who is now on the inside and getting to see how the sausage is being made, if you will. They are very serious when it comes to getting things right and making sure things are bringing value to customers. So thank you for that. Uri, let's just keep going down the road to you here. So here at the summit, we've had lots of different presentations from customers and others hearing about the successful ways that they have really improved their processes, made money, other things like that. What role do customer success stories play in shaping the Earnix products?
Well, first, I love customer success stories. Do I get the easy questions because I don't have cards?
We have
which is
cars
fine.
because we have the difficult questions. So
Great. Thank you. Anyway, so to rightly answer this question, I'll highlight some context around it about product management. In a product manager, day-to-day, we encountered a lot, most of the time, challenges, issues, bugs, crises, you name it. Now, success stories are rare in our day-to-day. So once we finally encounter a success stories, it has a huge impact of how we make decisions. The reason for that is that when I hear a success story, that means that we actually identified the most important problem to solve. We solved it, and we solved it right. And we also drove customer adoption and customer satisfaction. Now, to the question, after finalizing with the context, is how it impacts the product and the solution that we make. It's, well, I have a success story. Not that simple, but all I need to do is rinse and repeat. Should be that simple. Now, I want to share with you that there is even something, a better approach that we are taking as much as we can. And this is working closely with you, with our customers, on almost everything that we do. We want you to be our design partners. We have many examples of different customers around the globe with that, where we together sit and define the business requirements, how the solution should look like, and how the success will look like. And usually this approach tends to succeed because we do it together. So I encourage you, if you encounter something, you want to consult with us, I would say perhaps the opposite. We want to consult with you. Let's do it together. That's a recipe for a success.
Excellent, thank you. All right, so Jakob, you and I talk about AI all the time.
I'm sorry also.
Strategy and engineering perspective. That's right, he paid me early, okay? I'm sorry. But last question about AI. I know we've had a lot of discussion about AI here, but we've heard a lot about Earnix's AI future, but I'd really love to get some more specifics about how you see Agentic AI really impacting the Earnix products over the next few years.
Okay, so first of all, and again, apologize also for taking another AI question, but I will use what you started to discuss about trust. So when we talk about the future of AI, and especially Agentic AI, the first thing that we always come back is to trust. So we all know that the generative AI, large language model brings a lot of goodies, a lot of good stuff, but also hallucinations and error, and Tomer discussed earlier the black box thing of models. So we take all this into consideration and we empower, first of all, ourselves, but our customers to confidentially Earnix AI and analytics through a platform built on responsible AI principles, on governance, on data security, and regulatory compliance that are not just priority for us, they are foundations. So looking ahead, you asked about Agentic AI in the future. I think that the Agentic AI will bring a real shift. So think of agents as digital teammates that are joining your team. I'm always asking my people engineering, even they are just the developers or individual contributors, how many people are working for you now? And they come to me, I'm an individual contributor, what do you want from me? No, how many people or how many virtual people are working for you now as AI agents? So think about AI agents as digital teammates inside our platform, not just carrying out single tasks, but learning, adapting, and orchestrating AI decisions across the entire workflows. So they can break down natural language requests into coordinated tasks and execute them by special agents that leverage our predictive AI abilities in the product. And the important part is, and you started to say it before, the important part is that you don't need to build this or manage these agents. It's all part of the platform. It's all managed by us in a safe, governed, and ready to use. So you already see one example, for instance, earlier in the customer engagement solution, where AI agents create personalized recommendations for end user, helping us helping you deliver the right solution to the right customer. And over time, these agents will transform static workflows, as we have today in any product in the world, into adaptive systems that continuously improve, enhancing every part of the business process. But I think, Noga, that there's another angle from product point of view, right?
There was always another angle from product view. Yeah, I think that for me, if I think about the way that you can really use those virtual teammates, which I like the terminology a lot, I'm thinking about the idea of personalization. So personalization has always been like the holy grail of the financial industry. I've joined the financial industry more than 14 years ago, which is a lot, but the idea of having the system work for you the way that you want it in the right time, whenever you need it, is something that was always, pursued. And if I take the example of monitoring, which I talked about, so it's easier for me to give that example, I think that these tools can actually not only give you the insights when you request for them, or you want to see what happens to your results and the differences, but actually this virtual teammate can pop up the insights that I need, me, Noga, maybe Uri will get other insights, in the time that I need them, in the channel, in the right context, in the right language. And this is something that can actually make all of our work so much easier and so much better, and help our customers, obviously, reach decision with confidence. So that's it for me.
Oh, excellent, thank you. And Tyler, I just realized that you have been holding onto that microphone and not sharing it with anyone, and I haven't asked you any more questions from the beginning. Yes, so time to wake up. So as the newest teammate we have here on the stage, I'm very interested, what are the upcoming features or projects that you are particularly excited about?
So I wasn't actually sleeping there. I knew this question was coming, and I took a moment. If we go back to the annuities conversation that Yasser and Marcus just had, Yasser had us close our eyes and envision no technology using Excel spreadsheets and trying to calculate all these complex calculations and interest rates and stuff, and then I kind of got terrified for a second, So when I think about projects that I'm excited about, it's the annuities project. Coming into Earnix, I'm approaching 4 months now. The annuities space is kind of new, and as I heard about the space and talking through some of the challenges, the lack of innovation from a technological perspective, the timing for product releases, and just some of those complexities around it, those are the things that get me excited, because I think that's where my mind goes, okay, I can help contribute and fix some of these things. So as we talk about, Earnix and the different functionalities and all the things that we're enabling, we're looking at new markets and new opportunities and identifying areas where there's clear pain points and really trying to bring solutions. And it feels like the annuity space is somewhere where there is a lot of opportunity and some synergies potential with carriers who are in P&C space already. Maybe they're already Price-It customers, maybe they're prospects, but I think this was one where the innovation side of things can really make an impact with, just a couple simple things to get it started. So pretty excited about that.
Awesome, and I will say the words he used of make an impact, I hear that all the time. That's what gets these guys excited, making impacts. All right, so I know we're coming up on the end. Let me just ask one or two quick more questions to go. So Uri, we'll go to you, and then let Tyler answer as well, because we haven't let him answer many. But what are the trends in the industry that you believe will influence the direction of Earnix going forward?
All right, so since Earnix is an insured company, so I will relate to both the insurance industry trends and, of course, to the IT technology trends as well. I'll start with the insurance industry. We see, and Nogo mentioned it, everybody's mentioning it, obviously, it's a growing interest in the personalization and what it can provide. So the main reason for this is, as we see it, is the explosion that carriers have in data coming from various sources, either internal, external, and so on, which allows or enables the carriers to truly understand their customers at a granular level, what they want, not what they feel, perhaps I'm exaggerating, but definitely to be able to tailor the right prices for them, to offer them the right coverages, and come up with the real-time engagement where relevant and where needed. This is one thing. The other trend we observe recently is what I would call it, today we call it niche line of businesses, which is cyber, which is, we see a rise in demand for cyber risk assessments. And on the same, not exactly the same note, but another niche line of business is the climate risk and catastrophe. Catastrophe modeling is not new, but definitely not common. Now, these are the trends for the, some of the trends for the insurance industry. On the technology side, definitely agentic AI, it's already here. So it's still a trend. As I see it, it will be with us, or the impact, we'll see a great impact at the coming 1, 2, even 3 years from now. That's my assessment anyway. But beyond that, once quantum computing is commercially available, well, that's a game changer. We'll have combining both AI, agentic AI, with supreme compute power, that's a different ballgame, and this will allow us to, imagine your experience when you want to feed a model, a complex one with a huge data set of 100 million rows, and you do it in seconds. We can do it today, to be honest. And I'm in charge of that, so I know. This is where the future will take us. Now, let's combine both the technology and insurance trend, and we see that technology supports the market trends, the business needs. So once we have great computing power with AI, not easy, but definitely much easier to calculate a complex climate risk model. Real-time personalization, engagement, offerings, recommendations. I know Erez said earlier, not really real-time. Yeah, I want it to be real-time. I'll let you guys work on that. This is how I see it. Going to be very exciting years, at least for me.
Yeah, so when I think about this question, I reflect, there was a presentation earlier from Unica, I believe, and he was talking about data, and he would be happy with getting data refreshed like every week or every 2 weeks. And while that sounds nice and probably something some of us are used to, I think real-time data and real-time enablement and allowing that data to flow from third-party sources, different systems, getting that information real-time, and then being able to act and have agents that can act on that and streamline some of those processes. Orchestration of that data, I think that's all something that is very, very important moving forward, and how we use all of that big data, orchestrate it. The second piece, I think, I refer back to Sir Nigel's conversation. He was talking about regulators and them, the politicians, and them being the ones that we need to influence. And to go back to your session on explainability, right? I think AI is certainly a buzzword. We're talking about it everywhere. I look at it on the other side of, okay, well, if we want to use AI to the fullest impact, we need the regulatory bodies and the jurisdictional oversight to allow us the speed to actually be able to innovate. And I think that comes with trust, explainability, and having these things in place with these things that we're trying to do to automate and streamline all these processes. And I think that's an uphill battle for our industry, and one that I'm ready to take on. So those are a couple of things that immediately come to my mind.
Awesome. Well, thank you. We are at time, so I'm going to call it right there. But thank you to all of our panelists for sharing their insights, and thank you to all of you for joining us in this engaging discussion today. We appreciate your participation and look forward to seeing how the Earnix platform will continue to evolve. If you'd like to dive deeper into any of these topics that we had or have any other questions that we didn't cover today, please feel free to connect with our panelists during the closing reception, which will be right following this today. A quick round of applause for our panelists.